Hello there, everyone. This is Jill Hines. I am a responsible AI strategist and founder of Saddle Stitch Consulting. So I wanted to chat with you today about a really great opportunity I had last week to talk with the Women in AI Governance. I presented a webinar on the topic of risks across the AI lifecycle. And you might be thinking, oh, risks, what a fun topic. But let me tell you, I love to talk about risks because I think once you know the risk profile of the technologies that you're engaging with, that's where you can really make a difference in mitigating them. You have to know what you're dealing with in order to really prevent harms from happening. So that's why I get really excited about this topic. So I wanted to share that presentation with you. It was not recorded, so I'm going to kind of recreate the talking points, and I will do that through a series of videos so you can kind of watch them in smaller chunks. So that's the plan. I want to, before I get into all of the different phases of the life cycle and really dig into the risk, I just wanted to set the tone a little bit and clarify a couple points. To do that, I am going to add a screen here. And what I want to do here is just explain a little bit about when I say risk across the AI life cycle, what it is I'm really talking about. There's all kinds of AI. Really, AI has been around for a long time, but specifically this talk focuses on the risks of generative AI. So you may have heard this before, but just in case you haven't, generative AI is the kind of AI that you're engaging with when you are using, say, ChatGPT and other tools that generate text outputs, video outputs, could be other, visuals, audio. The difference with generative AI as compared to other forms of AI is that you don't exactly know what you're going to get. And I thought that this illustration really painted that picture. I put a prompt into Claude and asked it to generate a no more than 4-panel cartoon about illustrating what generative AI is. And so one of the characteristics of GenAI is that you can put in a prompt and get a certain response, put in the same prompt and get a totally different response. And so in this example, attempt 1 is a person prompting the AI with draw a cat. And then what they get is, quote, a realistic tabby cat. Did you know that was a realistic tabby cat? And then an attempt 2, draw a cat. Again, same prompt, but this is an abstract purple cat as opposed to the realistic tabby cat. And I just say this because I certainly didn't predict the outputs. I mean, I prompted it to do a cartoon. This is not what was in my head when I did this, of course, but that's really the power and the beauty of the technology. I don't have to specify, other than that short prompt, what exactly it is I wanted to create. I didn't say draw a stick figure to the left of something that looks like a computer monitor with a speech bubble. Like I didn't have to prompt it in detail. It generated a response based on its huge amount of training data to get at something that it thinks it resembles what it was I was looking for. So this is a bit unpredictable, right? That's great for certain use cases. It worked well for, quickly creating a cartoon. But when you are thinking about putting that non-deterministic system where we don't know exactly what we're going to get without proper guardrails, tooling constraints, without thinking about the right use cases, then you really run the risk of putting a lot of unpredictability into your system, which generally, isn't a great thing. It's usually not desirable, depending, again, on the use case. So we need to spend a lot of time thinking about what we intend to use the technology for, what the potential harms could be if it goes astray, and let's assume that it will. What does that mean for how we manage risk and what we're willing to take on? So that's really the subject of the webinar that I did last week, really just trying to highlight the risks and the decision points throughout the AI creation lifecycle. And really, I hope that you'll use this as a springboard to be creative about imagining risks, because once you do that, You can pinpoint them. You can say, okay, well, we're going to prevent that from happening, and here's how. And you can really have like a rich and creative discussion about how to keep people, safe with these systems. So I hope that you enjoy it, and we will continue with our next video talking about the life cycle itself.